Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Friday night, 7 o'clock. You are here with the Red Cup Review. For those of you that this is your first time, please consider subscribing to the channel. Don't be a goddamn freeloader like half the other people that watch us here. Everyone loves us. No one wants to subscribe. That's fine. Check us out on Facebook at Official Red Cup Review, The Rebellion. That's where you can catch me and Baz during the week, where we share pictures of us naked. And also, you can catch me on Twitter at just at Red Cup Review. That's the ticker on the bottom. We are joined tonight. Well, I'm joined, as always, by my best buddy, Baz. But
what's up, guys?
We are joined tonight by Chris Williams, creator of Scumdog, soon to be coming to Indiegogo. I was on his live show last Friday. He was gracious enough to have me. It was a lot of fun. He talks a lot of comics, independent comic stuff. He's an avid comic reader. What's going on, Chris?
Well, lately I've funded a few Indiegogos. I funded Oddity, as well as Cecil's Cash Grab, as well as, what was the other one I funded? I already funded Ethan Van Sciver's Cyber Frog Wrecked Planet 2, and there was one more. What was it? I can't remember, but I funded a bunch of Indiegogos lately, and I expect to get a few of them in the mail. Oh, yeah. The other one was Kevin Eastman's Totally Twisted Tale. So I'm doing my part to support creators as well, but also because I just wanted to read some good comics again.
That's awesome. That sounds good to us. We are supporters of independent comics as well. I got my I was supposed to get Magic Cop a couple of days ago, and that should be in hopefully by tomorrow or the next day. And obviously I backed Black Flag, and you know last week we had what's his face on the show. Dan Fraga was with us, and the Magic Cop guys, the Diaz brothers from Zaid Comics. All right, moving forward, Baz just disappeared. Would have nice to have asked him what's going on. So we'll take a look at the chat real quick and do the quick little shout outs. You got the Toy Mafia. What's up, Killer? How are you? The Briscoe, our buddy up north with the Hammer Fist of Doom. I don't know. I just make shit up. Edwin Diaz, what's up? How's it going, Brody? Donnie Dash, it's good to see you guys back. Good to see you back with us. And Danny Lee, what's up? Red Cup Review. He says, what's up, Big Lee, man? How are you? All right, Baz, you with us?
Yes, I'm back.
We got any pickups this week as far as collectible goes?
Not a thing.
Awesome. That's 3 weeks in a row. You're batting 1,000, buddy.
Probably like a month.
Yeah, no, I haven't gotten anything either. I'm in the process of I'm trying to hold off as long as possible, but I am in the process of ordering what we're going to be looking at shortly. I'm going to be hopefully not on a small statue kick for the foreseeable future. I'm trying to fight that urge as much as possible. I know if Thor was here from Darth Castle, DCX, he would say, you know, join us and all that other good stuff. Chris Michael, do you collect anything, toys, video game, anything besides comics?
Video games. Currently, I got my old Wii back from my brother and stuff, so I'm looking to collect a few new Wii games and stuff. Well, they're old games, but I like to collect them. I already have, and I have had Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Let's see, Mario Kart. Well, I got that from my brother. When he gave me my system back, he gave me a few games of his as well. Mario Kart and, well, Super Mario Brother All-Stars, Mario All-Stars. So I have that for the Wii as well. And I think that's good because I get all three of the original Super Mario, well, all four of the original Super Mario games, as well as Super Mario Brothers Lost Levels. So I'm
very cool. That's it. That should keep you busy during the lockdown. I mean, shit. And where are you exactly? You're out in the Midwest, right?
Yep, Missouri.
Missouri, very cool. Hey, see, I like meeting people from all around the globe. Anyone know how much that new Joker Prime 1 is going for? I believe it's just around 1,050 to 1,100, depending on where you order it from. We're gonna. I don't know if is that the Prime 1. Which one are you talking about? You talking about the one where he's the Prime 1? I think is the one, the Lee Bramo statue, or are you talking about the newest one that just came out, which I think is Iron Studios? I'm not sure. We're going to be taking a look at some of that now. So let us know what you think, and I'll let you know the price points because obviously they vary from collectible to collectible. This thing was shown this week and dropped, and I am goo gaga, cuckoo for Cocoa Pups over this, and I'm going to wind up ordering this damn thing. But here you go. Iron Studios, their 1/10 scale Batman and Robin Deluxe statue. Baz, what do you think?
Hold on. Oh, wow. Looks really good. They're really going for old school look. Even Robin has the green underoos also.
Yeah, yeah. I love
maybe a little too like musculature, like on the torso with the abs and all that shit. That's a little too much, but other than that, yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, I'm pretty psyched about this. It's almost 2 pounds. It's 9.8 inches tall,
2 pounds. That's almost like what I have in my colon. Holy shit!
and 8.5 inches across. And the price point is between $200 to $220. If you get it from Big Bad Toy Store, it's looking at around $220. If you get it from Iron Studios Direct, it is $200. And you can get it from, I believe we're looking at the SpecFictionShop.com right now. If you get it from Spec Fiction, I believe it's $205. But they have this cool little rewards program thing that I shared on the Rebellion a little while ago, where I think you get $15 off your first order, which is pretty cool. And you can gain like reward points and stuff like that from sharing them on Facebook and you know, your social media sites. So
how much is this piece again?
It depends on who you order from. If you're going to Big Bad Toy Store, it's going to wind up being about $230 shipped. If you're going through Iron Studios right now, I believe it's $200, but I don't know what their shipping is. And if you get it and pay for it in full, because it's a pre-order. See, Spec Fiction does this stuff where if you pay for stuff in full, like as a pre-order, like you pay for your pre-order up front in one shot, not when it ships, they give you like a pretty ridiculous discount on it. So I believe this is $200 shipped from them. And if you're a first time buyer, it's an additional $15 off, I think. So that's pretty good. So you're talking about, you know, like you're saving Big Bad Toy Store is probably your regular MSRP at $230 minus that's 30 minus another 15. You're looking at like 45, almost $50. You know, going through Spec Fiction. So that's pretty cool.
See, I already got this stuff. I got the classic Carmine Infantino statue.
Hold on.
DC Direct, yeah.
There you go.
So, you know,
this
kind of like, you know.
That kind of fills that void, right?
Exactly. You know, so I love it. It's beautiful. It's a recreation of Carmine Infantino's famous cover. I don't remember which cover, but it's pretty
I'm
popular.
glad you went with I'm glad you went with the Carmine Infantino rendition as opposed to the Jim Lee rendition of that same statue. So
I wonder what artist this is based on.
This guy, I think this is Ivan Rice.
Ivan Rice. Okay,
pretty
nice,
sure.
Yeah.
He's been designing a lot of stuff from them recently. Let's see. No, wait. This is Ivan Rice. This is his art style. Here's the issue I'm having with a lot of the Iron Studio stuff. I think they're perfectly sized. This one's a little bit more pricey at the $200 price point. Most of them though come in between $100 and $120. The single statues, which are great, and they're all really nice looking. But I heard that Ivan's not doing any more designs for them. So if you're late to the game like I am, you're kind of shit out of luck when it comes to like getting like a Superman or maybe a Wonder Woman. You're probably gonna have to get them on the aftermarket. Like these have been out for a while, you know. So we were looking at months ago. We were looking at the remember the Green Arrow and Green Lantern 2-pack statue kind of thing.
Yeah.
Same idea here, you know. But I didn't pull the trigger then. But now I'm kind of like, I'm just sitting around waiting for stuff to ship and things to come out. And, you know, the pre-orders that I'm seeing coming out really just aren't doing it for me. So I might be kind of spiraling back in time. And, you know, well, this is going to be probably my first one. And there's another one I want to look at. What do you think, Chris? What do you think of the statue?
Beautiful. Very well made. It might be one of the best statues I've seen lately. But the Batman is really huge compared to Robin. He looks like killer.
I got to tell you, that's probably like I don't know, the 13, 14-year-old Robin, probably, if I had to guess.
I know.
You know. But me and Baz we're suckers for anything kind of classic. And especially if it has like a little bit of a superpowers flair to it, forget it. That's all you got to do is tell me is that it's superpowersy, and you know, the old toys we had from when we were kids. Let's see, BATMAN. The Iron. Well, this is Spec Fiction, so Iron Studios. That website was giving me a little bit of an issue. But let's see. There's the Batman and Robin. This one here's the Batman and Robin: The Dark Knight. This one's much cheaper at $155. It is actually in stock right now. And you had just mentioned The Dark Knight Returns. I don't know if you guys are getting this. I'm not getting this, literally picking up. I mean, are you guys picking it up on the stream?
Yeah.
I'm not getting any because I can't really afford it and stuff for a while at least and stuff. I might get it eventually, maybe if I ever get enough money. But that is,
but it is showing up on the stream though. You guys are seeing. You guys are actually seeing this.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah, that is a good design. Though the on his chest the bat mark looks a little off. Why does it look so like the wings are bleeding almost like you can't really tell the bat part of it?
Yeah, I know that. Like I mean, I guess it depends on the guy creating the statue, but I know that Frank Miller's Batman did have that. It almost looked like a glob of black ink on his chest in certain shots in the comic. But I know that the base is pretty cool. It's like they're flying over Gotham, and they have like little pegs for them to make it look like they're going over the city. It's supposed to recreate that iconic scene kind of when they're jumping off the roof.
Is this a small statue too?
This is these are all the small. Yeah, this is all on the smaller end, dude.
Well, like the 7 inch kind of like.
Yeah, this is 8 and about 9 inches tall.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is the 1/10 scale stuff. So anything 1/10 is going to be anywhere between 8 inches to 10 inches around there.
Check if they have that Deathstroke.
What before that? I saw a tiger down there from Thundercats. I was hoping to look at that.
Oh yeah. Okay, here's Chitara. You saw a tiger, right? Hold on, we'll click on this, and that should kind of lead us down the Iron Studios rabbit hole of. They're doing a diorama. Here's the diorama, Chris.
Wow, nice.
Putting together. So they're all like 10 scale statues. So this will probably be like around this big. I don't know if you guys like around that big kind of. I would guess like around 2 feet wide. And each statue is roughly around 130, 120, and then the Lion-O is like 255 because he comes with the big base. It's like the what is that? The Thundercats like home. No, it's not the tank. It's their base. Like it's like the head of their lair, sort of.
The
and that's like,
lair.
The Thunder Lair or something like that. Exactly. He comes with that piece, like the big head. So his is obviously much big. It's like twice the size of all the other statues, which is why he's more expensive.
The Kitty Litter Palace.
The Kitty Litter. I actually love this too. There's just too much though. It's too much to do the Justice League. It's too much to do like the Thundercats. Even though I love these statues too. I love the look of them. I just love anything Thundercats really related. But then it starts getting too much money because now we're in like the $1,000 range, and I'm like, no. That's where I cut it off. I can't.
It's a wicked looking Chitara though. I like the face sculpt on that.
I know.
Yeah, the face sculpt. I was asking people online about these, and I was like, anybody have any experience with Iron Studios? Because it looks like the detail and the paintwork on these are too good to be true for such a small statue.
I've seen them in store though. They look tight, man. They look good.
Because I've never seen any of them in person, and I'm wondering, like, most small 8-9 inch statues are kind of like bland with their paint,
Check out if they have the Deathstroke, man. I might get that. Now, do it now. Don't misspell it, bro. Don't do it.
I know. Relax. Let me see. TEA. Wait, no, this is already.
Yeah, they don't. All right.
Okay. Hold on a second. I'm pulling it up on the other thing there too. No, they don't have them here on this side.
Check out that Cyborg.
Which one? 1/6, 1/10. The
Cyborg.
Oh,
there's only one Cyborg.
It says only one. It's XM Studios. It was 1/6 scale. That's why it's so expensive. This thing is like big. We're talking. Come on, where the fuck are the product dimensions? This is centimeter. Everything's in centimeters, bro. Come on, man. I don't have a conversion tool. 21 centimeters. This is an American company. I don't understand. Whatever. Here's the statue. Basically, if it's 1/6 scale, it's got to be anywhere between 13. But because the base is big, it could be anywhere from 13 to like 19 inches tall. So that's probably why look, for 6 scale statues, I stick with Tweeterhead, man. They're the best bang for the price. They're not this detailed, but the Tweeterhead statues are like $250 for 6 scale statues, 6th scale.
I don't really like the Rebirth outfit anyway, so it's okay. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm not crazy about this. The cyborg.
Yeah.
Rebirth. I like. It's really the new 52 shit. The Deathstroke statue you were referring to is the one where he's kind of like half jumping in the air, the real classic George Perez version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen
Probably
that too.
have
Yeah, that's kind of that's been out. So good luck finding that. Hold on a second. Where's the in stock pre-orders? Our mission rewards. Come on, where the hell's the search bar? I want to take a look at this real quick. LexLuthor. Anybody in the chat that has any of these? Nope, they don't have Lex Luthor on this site, so we're gonna have to go to the other one. So I'm gonna get this out here. Anybody has any of these figures or any of these Iron Studio statues? Please let me know if you have them, which ones you have, and if they're any good. Because I kind of debating, man. I want to kind of.
What did you want to get? That one, the Batman and Robin?
Well, yeah, I'm going to probably get the Batman and Robin one, the first one we looked at. Then I'm going to want to getting the Frank Miller one that we just looked at too, because that one's actually in stock. The Batman and Robin one we just looked at isn't even shipping until December practically. It's like fourth quarter. Plus, with all the nonsense going on with COVID, that's probably going to get pushed back, even further. So it's like I hate having to order something now and then be like, all right, I guess I'll get it next April. That's always a friggin' bummer,
Yeah. You don't get charged though, at least.
Let's see. No, not invite. Share screen, Chrome tab, Iron Studios, share. Okay, so here are some of the other new ones too. They have a Mr. Freeze one that just went up for pre-order. I don't know if you want to check that out, guys. They have a Martian Manhunter that's new. They have, let's see,
Mr. Freeze.
You want to see Freeze or no?
Fuck it. Yeah.
Martian Manhunter, I think.
Oh, well. Oh, yeah, all right, we'll look at both. That's fine.
But that is one hell of a good-looking Mr. Freeze, if I could.
Yeah, I'm trying to get like these Iron Studios, man. Their website takes so long to load. I don't know if you guys are catching that. Because it's kind of warped in the picture.
Wow. Look at that.
What's up?
It's like they took the artwork from the Batman Adventures and made a realistic photo of him.
Yeah, I love that Mr. Freeze, though, the Batman Adventures, the Batman Animated Series, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Base is pretty cool. I like the way they did the ice effect. Again, you're going to do Batman, then you're going to start getting into his rogues, and oh, boy. There goes that rabbit hole. What do you think, Bats?
Yeah, it looks great.
Martian Manhunter. Here we go. That's a much better... here we go.
What's his base?
His base looks like I don't know, it kind of looks a little bit like, isn't that like what's his face has those little purple circles? Isn't that with the hook?
It looks
Brainiac.
Like, yep.
There you go.
Him.
The pose is very similar to what they did with the with the tweeter head statue, but I like it too. This is pretty awesome. The base is really nice. I like the dirt on the shoes there too. Look, it's got like even like mud and dirt on the tips of his shoes. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's definitely nice. Yeah. I wonder why they chose for him to be fighting Brainiac in this as the
iteration.
Right? Yeah.
He has another family called Malefrak, but Malefrak isn't all that popular and stuff. So they probably wanted something with more popular character. The us and stuff like that.
I think he looks pretty good. Let's see, 130. Yeah, I guess let's see the size of him though. 130 is a little bit more. So you see, all right, 12.2 inches in height. So because he's flying, he's actually even bigger. So this is like a full foot. This statue. That's not bad, man. For $130 for a 12-inch statue, that's. I mean, shit. I may have to give these guys another look. I would hate to have to start with like. Martian Manhunter looks great, but if I'm going to start, man, it's got to be with Batman and Robin or a Wonder Woman or something, or Superman, or
they have a whole Injustice line too. What's up, Kenny?
Oh, Kenny's in the chat. That's cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. What the hell is that? What the hell was I looking at here? I went to this page specifically for. Oh yes, I'm sorry. Let me type it in. LEX, because this is actually a cheaper, because it LUTHOR. I guess it didn't sell that well, but I just think it looks great. The Lex Luthor statue was 120, and now it's marked down to 85. And I just love it because it's a superpower suit. Again, anyone with
That's
superpower
fucking
coming.
awesome, and that's a great price, man.
Right? Isn't that nice? Let's see if I can get a. Is that the only picture they have of it? Yeah, it's the only. That's whack. That's the only. Oh no, here we go. All right, here's some other pictures.
Yo, if you only watch one episode of Supergirl on CW, watch the last episode of last season. It's on Netflix, and she fights Lex Luthor, and he's in that suit.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
maybe I'll be able to. Maybe I'll watch it on mute, so I don't have to hear all the agenda.
It's John Cryer. Like, he's actually really good as Lex Luthor.
That's a surprise. Isn't that surprising? That, like, to John Cryer, everyone was like, "Oh, really?" And he actually wound up being pretty good.
Yeah.
See, the Superman, it's like almost impossible to get now. I even went on eBay, I couldn't find him. So the Superman was one of their earliest releases from a few years ago. But I like that. He's like putting the kryptonite right up in his face, like, "Eat this, you son of a bitch." So
shove it up your ass
now too, exactly. And this one is dimensions 11 inches tall, so it is still pretty big, man. You know, it is still, you know, pretty tall and nice. You know, that's like the size of a hot toy, practically, dude. So that's pretty nice in my book. I'm getting thumbs up.
Tall and nice. That's how you described your last boyfriend, right?
Yeah, I did. Rise Darth Red Cup. Here we go. Here comes all the bullshit.
Here we fucking go.
Rob Swallow wanted the X-Men, but 1/10 is too small. Yeah, I get it. You know, I do understand the 10th scale being kind of small, which is why I might want to only get maybe one or two to kind of dip my toes in. The 1/10 scales are gateway drugs, as opposed to the two giant premium formats that are behind me, and the Kia premium format that's over there that's 23 inches tall, and the other Batman that I got from Sideshow over there. And I mean, shit, dude, I think I'm going in reverse here. You know.
Yeah, Kenny. John Cryer was Lex Luthor's cousin, and no, it was his nephew in Quest for Peace.
Yeah, it was the nephew,
which is one of the best Superman movies of all time.
super local 831 vision, where he could rebuild a brick, the stone.
And those movies, they always gave Superman random powers, but then back in the Silver Age, he used to have the power to generate new powers at will. So it's not that out of it. But then again, after Crisis, they removed that ability, so he no longer had those powers they randomly have popping up in the comic books.
Superman would like show up with like super ventriloquism and shit, and just all these like he would be able to change the look of his face. Yeah.
I tell you though, I kind of like I like the Silver Age stuff. That it holds a special place, you know. So the idea that in that, like, when everyone not that everyone shits on Superman 2, but when the people do come out to shit on Superman 2, and they're like, you know, the movie was silly, it wasn't as good as the first one. I don't give a shit. Give it to me, cellophane S shield and all. You know, like, I just eat it up because it's
because it was good.
Yeah, well, there's that too. I mean, barring the fact that it was good.
Now, I don't mind the silver shield thing. I always thought it was a device that Superman had, one of his weapons they suddenly used and stuff. But I didn't expect it most likely it was a nod back to the original Silver Age continuity where Superman could generate new powers at will.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And I didn't mind it. I was cool with that, you know. And plus, it's Christopher Reeve, man, for crying out loud. That guy's awesome, man.
You do a close-up.
Oh, yeah. I saw that recently. You got to tilt the phone like off to the snow. You got to turn it like on another line. There you go. There you go. Yeah, no, turn it tilt it towards you a little bit.
There we go. Yeah, so he turns himself into a Japanese guy.
Yeah. So. He had super change facial thing going on or something. I don't know.
Shape-shifting, just plainly shape-shifting.
Yeah.
Though I can understand why. Well, that's just an ugly-looking picture they made for him. But then again, and it doesn't look like. Well, he looks like Clark Kent doing squinty eyes, but the buck teeth is going to be the real problem there.
Yeah. They just didn't give a shit back in the day.
And giving yourself buck teeth, that just sounds painful. The other thing just sounds like he just did this, scratched his eyes out, and just stood like that.
All right, guys, taking a switching gears from really high end stuff back to what us laymen like to refer to affordable stuff. Here is the full reveal of Snake Eyes. He's actually officially revealed Snake Eyes in the Hasbro wave, and he's an all black deco, so he doesn't have that camo with the green pants. So it is a different figure technically, even though it's different deco. I think he looks great. I would have preferred the silver mask though. So that might have to be a little thing that I do is put some silver on the mask. And he doesn't have the Uzi the way the other one has. He has this other gun, and his pistol has a silencer. That's what that is. Mm-hmm. So I think he looks good. So now you can get him as a singular figure too. This is pretty cool. You put the gun in the holster, and then you can holster the silencer kind of next to it. So that's pretty dope. And what do you think, Baz? Yeah, this is dynamite.
It's great. Yeah.
You gotta see the picture with all of them together. Look at that. Ankle rockers up the ass, bro. They just took a giant shit on Mezco and was like, this is how you do ankle rockers. Come on, man.
Wow.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's dope, bro.
I love that pose that Scarlett's in, man, hanging from the what you call it.
Yeah, with the crossbow out, man. That shit is dope. Chris, you a G.I. Joe fan?
Yeah, I am. I used to collect them when I was a kid. Are those the costumes from G.I. Joe Renegades? Because that looks like the costume she wore in that cartoon.
What they're doing here with the new, because like Hasbro's rebooting and giving 6-inch figures now, like the same thing they did with the Star Wars Black series when they went 6-inch for their Star Wars line. They're doing that now with G.I. Joe in 6-inch scale, hyper articulation weapons, all that bullshit. But what they're doing is they're taking like aspects of the classic Joes that we grew up with, aspects of Renegades, and then doing like another level of like their own kind of 2020, update to it.
Are they going to do a new cartoon?
I don't think so. I think that hey, look, if these things sell well, I'm sure that they might. I don't think that that's totally out of the question. Considering with Transformers, like with the new video games that came out and the toys, the way they've been selling lately, they decided to go to Netflix and have like that 3-part, like they're 3 hour-and-a-half long episodic movies that Transformers is doing now. And they look great. The Transformers Siege, the Cybertronian Wars look out of this world. But and that's like a Netflix cartoon. So I don't think it's probably out of the question or out of the realm of possibility if the G.I. Joe does well. What do you think, Baz? You getting them?
I'm not collecting right now. It's not even on my radar.
Oh, you're not doing the G.I. Joes at all. You're taking a complete break, huh?
Yeah, but I might get it later on. I don't know. Like when are they dropping?
Next month, I think June. So probably in November.
Every one of them.
I know you do.
I love G.I. Joe.
All right, throw him in the room.
Throw him in the room. He's playing games right now. Yeah, come over to pop in and say hi, Gray. He's coming.
Right. He's being good.
My headset, because I don't want to get copyright.
Just jump in. This isn't a kid show, but I also don't want to be a shitty looking dad where we're actually talking adult stuff and I have a 9-year-old on the show. So say hi.
Hi,
What's
guys.
up, Grayson?
How are you doing?
Hi, everyone in the chat.
Everyone, this is my son,
What's
Captain
up, buddy?
Austin.
What's up, guys? How you doing? What?
Just wanted to say hi, man.
Hi, guys. How you doing? Make sure to subscribe to the Red Cup Review and leave a like on the stream and stay cuppy.
That's funny you mentioned that because I actually forgot. There's definitely please like the stream. It helps with the algorithm, but you knew that already.
Stay cuppy. Is that a t-shirt, man?
Stay cuppy. That'd be pretty cool. You can watch episodes of G.I. Joe on Hasbro on the YouTube channel. Yeah, I heard that that Hasbro now has all the episodes of the original G.I. Joes up for free on YouTube now. So that's pretty awesome.
That's how they're promoting it, huh?
Yeah, listen, that's not a bad idea. Looking forward to seeing the Storm Shadow designs as Danny Lee, as am I. I hope it's not the hooded design. I want the straight up white ninja outfit. I'm hoping that they go with that.
Everybody loves Storm Shadow, right?
I always love Storm Shadow.
Everybody, I know, just hey,
have you heard?
Pimp.
Have you heard that Larry Hama is coming over to Comicsgate now?
Really?
At least I heard a few weeks ago it broke. I saw a tweet that he said he was coming over to Comicsgate, and I read it, and a bunch of people were talking about it and stuff. But then again, this is a bunch of stuff I saw on Twitter, so take that with a grain of salt. But I do think he is coming over, though. It would be nice. But then again, he did insult a bunch of Comicsgaters before and stuff because he was trying to get in on, or at least stay in on the on the good graces of the ones running Marvel now, or not running Marvel that much longer.
Yeah, exactly. We hope.
They're not,
we hope.
they're not
Look,
doing too well.
Me and Baz were talking about this before. I'm not going to turn my back on my heroes. My heroes are still and will always be, the DC characters, the Marvel characters. Those are my guys. I do still read DC, the trades. I buy them still, the Rebirth stuff. I love those stories still. Marvel's got to win me back, man. I've been out of the Marvel loop since Civil War. So we're going back like 12 years now. So they're going to have to do some more than this whole safe space nonsense. And you know what's funny? Every time I mention something like this, someone always turns around and says, it's not for you. It's not for you. And I'm like, well, I'd like to rejoin the fold. I'd like to re-enjoy the characters that I love and grew up with. I mean, not that, maybe the new Warriors aren't for me, and that's fine.
It's not for you. It's not for fucking anybody.
Like, I don't understand. It's like
the thing is, they're trying to get a new audience, but the new audience is like about 5 people who basically on Twitter who don't even read the book, who just go around and pose with them. So why even put art inside of it? Why not just make a cover and just put a bunch of blank pages in and just have them pose with it? Because that's what they do with it.
I was talking to a buddy, Tommy, of mine this week, earlier in the week, and he was like, the way comics sell nowadays. Now, we're not talking about Comicsgate. We know the guys in Comicsgate are doing great, but compared to like the way the industry is now, he was like, dude, he's like, these big companies do not give a shit about comics anymore or their readers. They care about the movies, right? So I don't know. I can't speak for Warner Brothers and DC because they just can't seem to get out of their own way. But concerning Marvel, their cash cow over with Disney owning Marvel are the movies. So do you think that like maybe they just don't give a shit about the comics and they're just using them to maybe get like anybody else to just look at their movies? Like we'll make these SJW type characters just in the hope that we bring in a couple of more people into the theater and we could really give a shit less about our comics.
The thing is, the real truth is they're also trying to mine these characters and try to get how they'll do. Well, the thing about comic books is that you can have these new characters and basically see how they'll do. And then when you try to bring them up into the big movies, you might have some idea to do it or maybe change them so they're cooler for the wider audience. The thing is, they're just promoting their politics with these new characters. Because you saw what they did with Captain Marvel. She's basically, they took the SJW version of Captain Marvel that Marvel created and basically took that and put it into the movies. And everyone just pretty much still hates it. Hates the character of what they've done. So if they take these characters, I don't see how they can fix them for the big screen because they didn't do anything with Captain Marvel. Right. She's still annoying. So I don't know if the minute safe space goes to the movies.
I used to love Captain Marvel when she was in that old outfit with the lightning bolt on the chest and the sash that she used to wear, the swimsuit look. I always thought that was like one of the best looking designed female Marvel characters. I was like, oh, she looks like dope like that. And she was like this whole, she wasn't historically like this type of a character, right? She was like, she turned into this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, it started because Marvel wanted to reinvent her character, and because they saw her as the female Wonder Woman, when they probably should have maybe have gone with Storm, because Storm was always, or Rogue. But then again, they would have had to explain how she got her powers for taking her powers from. I'm
hearing a rumor that the villain for the next Captain Marvel movie, and I'm sure it's just a rumor, is going to be Rogue as one of the villains.
I know. So that Miss Marvel will probably end up having something happen to her where her powers possibly go nuts, and Rogue will end up having to take on some of that power, because there's no way Miss Marvel is going to lose all of her powers in this movie, but they might make it so that maybe the stone or how she got her powers is going insane, and then Rogue takes some of that power away, and that's how that happens. So they'll probably do that in the comic books too, basically reestablish the fact that, because Rogue lost her original Miss Marvel powers before they decided to revamp her powers, being able to absorb powers and all that. They'll probably explain how she gets her powers from Miss Marvel again, because she was trying to save her life this time. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. I mean, hey, look, man, like whatever. I'll tell you what. I think it's a smart idea, if only for the fact that they made Captain Marvel so powerful, even in the first movie. And I haven't even seen the first movie. From what I hear, she turns binary. She blows everything up. Even in the end of Endgame, she's just destroying everything. I mean, Thanos needed to take a Power Stone and punch her in the face in order to like wreck shop on her a little bit. Yep. And I think that even as a DC person, when they're like, oh, but Superman's overpowered too, but it's like, yeah, but Superman can still fight guys like Metallo and Solomon Grundy and stuff like that. Like, Superman's not just always flying through ships, destroying everything, invulnerable, like to like the nth degree. I know he could be that way, but I mean, it shouldn't just be you need like Doomsday to defeat him and you need Thanos punching this girl with a stone in order to hurt her. I mean, to me, it's just ridiculous. Bring her down a few notches, make her a little bit more vulnerable so you don't have to have these ridiculous over-the-top cosmic threats in order for her to even be like, an interesting story, And
then they gender swapped the first Captain Marvel to a female.
Yeah.
So that was totally disrespect to the character, in my opinion. So I hate that movie. Why are we talking about this?
We're back on this shit again. All right,
Donnie. When are you going to watch it? When are you going to watch this
when you stop telling me that how bad it is. Did you guys see the new updates on Kickstarter Spawn? Looks great, but that cape with the hinges weakens it. I pay more for a wired cloth cape. That's probably what kept me away from the figure altogether. I don't like the cape look on it at all. I don't like the way the McFarlane figures are very statuesque, although because it broke $3 million, the Kickstarter's over. It ended today. It broke over $3 million, and all the editions you get with it now are like there's like a whole huge list of editions now the thing comes with. So that's pretty cool. I mean, they really threw the freaking kitchen sink at you, especially.
I wonder how much of that is like product. I mean, not what you call it. How much is he going to take home from that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, his original goal for it, I think, was what was it like? $100,000, I think, was his original goal.
Yeah,
you gotta understand. Todd McFarlane owns McFarlane like toys, so it's not like me and you trying to make a Kickstarter and then hiring somebody like Kyle to go and look at go to China for us to go look in factories. McFarlane is the factory.
Yeah. So how much is going to be overhead and shit, and how much is going to take?
Probably a lot less than it would be otherwise, being that he's actually the owner of it,
Exactly.
Like, I gotta be saying here, you got what's his face in the chat with us, Chris. You're looking to eventually do an Indiegogo. The fact that you own your own characters, right, got to be half the cost, right? Half the issue.
I know. Means I get everything that means I get all profit to me because I do everything. I create the characters. I do the coloring as well in my comic book. Though I might look into seeing what someone who, like the guy who colors Ethan Van Sciver's books does. What he'll do for my book. Maybe I'll have him color one of my line art pictures of a character. I'll do to see how it comes out and put that in the book.
Right.
Now, what can I say? Yeah, but all the profit I get will come to me and no one else. Especially if I do stuff like some perks, like say maybe have a Scumdog's dog collar and stuff, or Scumdog's dog bowl. That's one of the things Hoth the Rebel 86 said I should do as a perk, because it would be no one does that before, as well, and just have a logo of Scumdogs put on it. It'd be a promotional thing stuff to come with the book. I think that would be a good idea, and all profits would come to me. Plus the profit, the money I have to spend to have it made and stuff once I have my book up and ready.
Right.
That's a great idea. The dog bowl. The only problem is I'm going to want to buy the dog bowl, but then I have to buy a fucking dog. That's the only problem. So, but it's a great idea. I do it. Yeah.
Guys, just eat out of the dog bowl, bro. Put some Lucky Charms in that shit and eat right out of it. There you go.
This is why I need you to solve my problems, man. Thank you.
Oh man. Again, it'd be like him doing the Scumdog and then not just owning the characters, but owning like his own private little printing press and just being able to print and manufacture his own books like right out of his house.
So probably most of it is profit. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I would say most of it's profit. I mean, good for him though too, and I'm happy too because based on this, you're gonna get what you might get. He's trying to do all the other characters, and if they all sell well, he's going to start doing the horror icons again. And like people like to go to McFarlane with like licenses. It's not just the McFarlane Spawn thing that he owns. Like someone might want to go to him and say, "Hey, listen, your Spawn thing sold really well. What about doing whatever character or whatever?" And he might broker a deal with them and say, "Okay, we're going to do a Kickstarter for this other thing now."
Put up a Master Pizza's post. I agree with that 100%.
People like to say Superman is overpowered just because they don't like him. Yeah. I don't understand not liking Superman. I really don't get that. I think that what really bothers me are the people in particular that don't like Superman, or the people who like edgy characters. Like I like Deadpool. I don't like Superman. I like Harley Quinn or whatever. It's like, the days of trying to be 90s edge, or come on, man. Superman's classic, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes
Captain America's not edgy, but look how badass he is too. So
exactly, dude. Like, I like sometimes you need a hero to be apple pie. You need the apple pie hero too, man. That's the biggest problem I had with Henry Cavill in the DC, universe, the DCEU, is that they wrote him so. And I loved the first movie, Man of Steel, Baz, you know that. But they wrote him so dark and conflicted in Batman vs. Superman that they had to make Batman like a murderous lunatic just to go from dark to darker, as opposed to, having Superman be the light and Batman being the opposite side, the yin to his yang kind of. Thoughts on the photo tease of Joaquin Joker by Prime 1 Blitzway statue? How much do you think he'll cost? A lot of money, well over $1,000. And I will say that she is, it's going to be a huge statue. So it's going to be like it's got to be like a $1,200 statue. It's going to be huge. Prime 1 pretty much just does huge. And by huge, I mean like 32 inches tall, like big. But K.A. Kim, this, the Asian lady that sculpted him, is, in my opinion, the best sculptor on the market, bar none. It begins and ends with her as far as sculpting goes. She's done some of the Hot Toys we have, Baz, too. I'm going to try to pull up a picture. I got to look on the internet of this tease that they put up here. So if you want to give your thoughts on Superman and all that shit, do that while I look this up.
Superman. If they ever Superman survives into the years to come, I wouldn't mind doing a stint on Superman and stuff, and do a classic, good series of Superman comics if they would ever allow it. I mean, I'll do my own comic book and keep improving on my art. I would love to do Superman as well as the X-Men, but maybe not what Marvel has done with the X-Men currently. If you've seen it all.
Who's that? What was it? Is it Hickman that's on X-Men now?
Yeah, he's done. He's also done some stuff to the characters that, there's all the fact that all the X-Men can be killed and now be brought back as clones. And is that actually them or just a clone? Because it looks like they're just uploading memories into a body. There's no mention.
Oh, here it goes with the fucking clone bullshit again.
Yes, Hickman's a good writer, but I don't think he I don't like his characterizations of people. Like he's very scientific type writer, but the interactions between characters and that kind of soap opera feeling you get, say from the Chris Claremont era, is absent.
So I hear he's good on Fantastic Four stuff is outrageous.
It was. I read some of it, but it's really friggin' written for the trade. Times 10, it's written for the fucking omnibus. It's his writing is really drawn out. You're not going to get a full story in 3 or 4 issues at all.
I'd like to do as well. Basically, make a bring short stories back to Superman. We have a single issue and tells a whole story out and stuff like that, or at least
one and done, man.
We were talking about that last week with some of the guys. It's nice to I like having a complete story too, but between the when they started writing for the event writing, right? So they would write and then in the summer it would be the big crossover where you got to buy every X-Men book or whatever the hell it was. But at one point before that, they would have an issue where the X-Men are just hanging out being a family, playing baseball, bullshitting around, like, or there would be like a small story where like not such a big character like a Magneto or a Mr. Sinister and Apocalypse, where like they were just fighting maybe Juggernaut robs a bank or something, or Pyro and Avalanche are doing some stupid shit, need to be stopped, and you can kind of wrap it up in one issue.
You don't see that anymore.
Here's that's the face sculpt on the statue. That's her.
God.
Yeah, she's outrageous, dude. K.A. Kim is telling you, she is bar none the best sculptor, in my opinion, on the market.
Dun dun dun, hey, dun dun dun, dun. Like it's just coming to life. Shit,
it's crazy, right?
Yeah,
but she's been doing a lot of work with Blitzway now. She used to work with Hot Toys. She doesn't work with them anymore. I don't know why Hot Toys just doesn't open up the checkbook for her or whatever the hell it needs to get her back on the staff. Hot Toys does a great job. Don't get me wrong with the guys they have sculpting for them now, but this is like the grand slam to the Hot Toys usual home run, triple home run here or there. She's the grand slam hitter in my opinion. So anyways, moving along.
Before we go, I have to leave about an hour because I have my own live stream at for you it would be 8 o'clock, but for me it would be 7 o'clock. Okay,
you're gonna have to go in like 10 minutes, dude.
I know, yeah, but I'm just giving you a heads up and stuff.
All right, cool, yeah. No, it was cool. We were glad you were able to join us anyway for the show.
Wow.
Yeah, here's the new Batman premium format that we were oogling over about a week ago. Me and Baz were looking at this we're talking about this on the Facebook page. What the hell is that?
Oh, that's me. Actually,
you're the worst.
Thank you.
All right, so Baz.
How about another joke, Ray? I think we've had enough of your jokes. What do you get? I don't think so. When you cross,
we're gonna get taken down.
All right. Yeah, so, we didn't really. Yeah, we thought we liked this more than we actually ended up.
Yeah, man, the cape is way too long.
That's McFarlane. That's a McFarlane cape, man.
Yeah, it's Spawn cape.
Yeah.
I know it's I don't know if like look, I wanted to get this because I wanted the blue Batman in my collection, and I was gonna trade up after and get rid of the Batman that I have already. But the Batman I have already is just better than this, even though I really want the blue and gray Batman in my collection. And this is the exclusive face, which I'm not that crazy about. Here are the two faces. The regular face is fine. I'm not crazy about the exclusive, taking a shit look. It's fine. I don't even really mind. I actually hate it when people say that. I should take that back. When every time someone's gritting their teeth in either a toy or a statue, they're like, oh, what is he, constipated? It's like, look, that's the face you make when you're ready to like bust some heads, man. But I don't know. The cowl didn't turn out as good as I would have liked. It's okay, not great in my opinion, but okay. The paintwork could have been a little bit better. I'm not really complaining about that as much as I see from this angle. He looks fantastic. This looks great. If the capers would have ended right here, it would have been like, yo, that's awesome, man. Oh man. And then when I looked at it and I was like, oh, what is it? It looks like he's wearing fucking drapes. You know?
The colors are definitely muted, man. Like the blue, it looks like this.
It's like very muted. I was hoping that when we saw this picture here, that I was like, oh, the blue is actually going to be a little bit brighter, and they're just using like the camera work to make it look a little darker because they don't really want to reveal the figure in full because this was the teaser photo. And then when I saw this, I was like, oh man, like I don't know. It's just not where I would have hoped it would have been. I don't mind the pose. I like the switch out. I like I wish you would have came with like a double switch out so you could have maybe had him with the rope in both hands. I think that would have been cooler as if he was like ready to kind of spin it and throw it, across a rooftop or something. But, I mean, it's huge. It's 22.5 inches tall. So it's really big, but I don't know, man, this friggin' oversized cape, bro. I don't want the McFarlane version of Batman in my collection. I just want a Batman in my collection, something that's kind of a little bit more universal, so to speak. So for me, that was a little bit of a miss there. I'm going to jump back and take a look at the chat real quick. Let's see. People like to say, okay, thoughts on the photo tease? Okay. Wish Todd would release the Spawn Omnibus. Those things are expensive. Would re-release. Yeah, no, I don't know. I haven't, been, and I don't even know what number they're up to as far as Spawn goes. This looks pretty dope, guys. Let's take a look at some navels.
Hmm.
I don't even know where the hell this character's from. I just like looking at badass chicks.
Well, you had Lady Death on the other page and stuff.
I thought that was
Yeah, well,
fucking cosplay, man. I didn't know that was a statue. I thought
Yeah.
that was a real person. Holy shit.
Laura goes, let me guess, this is going to be a new obsession. And I was like, I just like really dynamite looking designs for female characters. I don't know.
And she's an archer. That's dope.
Archer, it's cool. I don't mind the small across the, well, you know me, I don't ever mind the small up top, but it makes sense because she's an archer. So that's not, that shouldn't be a problem. It's pretty cool. I like the snowy base. I don't even know what the hell this is. Heathen.
Mhm.
I'm a friggin' heathen for oogling over this. How big is the statue? It's 200 and it comes in at 12 inches tall. Yeah, so there you go. There's a 12-inch 6-scale statue at a pretty decent price.
Great price. Wow, nice.
For something that big.
Well,
what'd you say, Chris? You said something on the other page?
Right here, right there.
Lady Death.
Let's take a look. Seductress.
Yeah,
2H, she's big. That's a big statue. That's got to at least be 17, 18 inches tall or so. Nice base. Let's see. Now, the paint could have been a little bit better on the bone hand. Let's see. Nice little turnaround. Nice thin little statue. I like the fact. You know what I always liked about Lady Death? They always showed her sexy, and they always had a way to kind of hide the naughty parts, but like have it not be like blatant. Like she's just moving, and it just so happens to be hiding.
That's her creator is doing great on in crowdfunding.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. 18 inches is the size of the statue. Yeah, this statue's pretty tall. Is her creator? Her creator is not Comicsgate, right?
He's not, but he's Brian Polito. Yeah, he's really good friends with our boy Bill Tucci.
Tucci, right? Don Tucci. Yeah. Let's see. And okay, speaking of just random things and reissues and stuff like that, Baz, I don't know if you could speak to this per se, but like for Hot Toys had their
what's the idea with this? Yeah, like
this is like their like look, they really need to do like a Bespin Han or something. Like I'm waiting for a real figure, a friggin' Lando or something. I already have my Jedi Boba Fett, but
hold on, did you see the video for his review for the what you call it, Princess Leia?
Whose?
Knick-Knack. He put his latest videos a review. Of,
no, I didn't see it yet. I woke up this morning and it was I saw it there. I just
aren't you waiting for that one? That's the one you ordered, right?
No, the Leia I already have my 2 Leias. I have Hoth Leia and I have the princess in the white gown, and I'm good on Leia. I don't need to do her in the camo gear or any of that other. I mean, I love Carrie Fisher and all that, but I don't need to do her in all those different versions. This is basically supposed to be vintage color, like rocket firing Boba Fett. Remember when you were like the Kenner toy?
Yeah.
So this is supposed to be
because they're trying to go back to like he looks like an actual Kenner toy. Like there's no like weathering on his outfit, right? There's no like damage, or it's like very cartoony looking.
Yeah, it seems too much so to me. It's like
it's too clean.
It's too clean. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I like the concept they're going for, like with the box and stuff. Like that's the box, dude.
Right.
It's like a toy box. It's kind of cool. It's a nice little throwback, but to just rebuy a figure with a different paint job and a box. And I know people are going, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs about this, but I don't know.
By the way, didn't it drop that he's supposed to be in season 2 of The Mandalorian with Tamora Morrison?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Well, here, look, really quick, Chris. I'm sure you got like 3 minutes before you got to go. Do a quick sign off. We want to thank you for joining us anyway.
Well, I can tell you this much. It looks good, very good, but it looks like I'm looking at a cosplayer and stuff.
The cosplayer.
Well, that's it. With Hot Toys, they want you to that their figures are meant to be like as if they were like real people in the outfits. I guess like that's their gimmick, and they're 12-inch. That they're dolls. They're basically like. They're dolls. They're fucking male Barbies.
I guess he doesn't have a human face under that mask. Then it's unremovable, right?
Yeah. No, the mask is not removable on this one.
Well, then at least I don't have to. If it were removable, then I'm just buying a Barbie here that just someone dressed up as Boba Fett.
Yeah.
And that's been well. They've never showed Boba Boba Fett's face. I think they always rumored that his face got destroyed by the Sarlacc pit, because I saw a comic one time, and in the shadows you can see like it looked like it was all scarred up. I always assumed he got splattered by Sarlacc acid because he escaped from it and stuff. And that was awesome to hear and stuff. I mean, I've always liked the fact that he was one of the only guys to ever fight his way out of a Scarlac pit. I thought that was just awesome to hear. And well, all I would say is if they were to, maybe they could do something where if you remove his mask, it looks like it's still in shadow, like they do with Judge Dredd and stuff. Maybe it's blacked out, but like it would be if you were to put it in shadows, it would make sense. Maybe
I see what you're saying, right? Yeah, exactly.
Like make it somehow looking like it's always blacked out and stuff. I'm not so sure how we're doing, because you're literally buying a figure with a black box on its face. But it would be nice if you somehow I can't hear you guys.
Rob muted. Yeah,
my tongue real quick. I had to mute myself. Sorry. Keep talking.
Chris, do you have any kind of collection? Any kind of like action figure, toy, or a statue collection?
Well, I have action figures that from when I was a kid over in a toy box, and we brought them out for my brother's kids to play with, and maybe I should think about saving them, because I have a few ones that look really good and stuff. A few of the original WWF figures that with the ability to do their moves and stuff. That line of figures, where Hulk Hogan would be able to throw people or something like that.
Yeah.
A few of those I saw my brother's kids when they come over to my house, play with them and stuff.
Do you have the ring? Do you still have the ring?
Ring? No, I never had a ring. Oh. Did I ever have the ring? I don't have it now because it was pretty much, if I ever did, it was destroyed.
As probably all of our stuff was.
Right.
They also tacked on another $30 on the Vader figure and are re-releasing this figure, but with the same vintage packaging look. I have this Vader. This is like my favorite Vader. I don't know if it's everyone says this isn't the best Vader on the market, but I don't give a shit. It checks all the boxes as far as I'm concerned, and I think he looks great. But again, it's just another reissue. So it's like they're just it's kind of like, really, you're gonna make me pay another $30 just because you gave me new packaging? I mean, it's nice. I guess they're reissuing it for people that because it's sold out, they weren't able to get their hands on it. But
did they ever do a Poe?
No, they never did a Poe. They never did. There's a lot of figures they didn't do, man. Like dude, they need to just stick to and they announced, people were like, but they announced the Clone Wars. They're doing Captain Rex of the Clone Wars. I'm like, I don't give a shit about cartoon characters. I'm into hot. If I'm going to spend $250 on a friggin' doll, it needs to look like the actor. That's what I'm into these for head sculpts, not just for 12-inch, $200 cartoon toys or something, So
all the clone troopers are clones and stuff. And if you're buying a figure of Captain Rooks, isn't it basically the same figure as another clone trooper without his helmet on?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
That guy and tattoo his face with a marker or something.
But it's not the actor. That's the thing, is that it's not the actor from the movie. It's the cartoon face from the Clone Wars cartoon. And I'm not like shitting on it. I know everyone loves that freaking cartoon. I'm like, whatever. Everyone here knows that I like the new movies, okay? But there's not really much more for them to do as far as the new movies go. Now, I know there's a lot of following for the prequels. You got to finish the OG trilogy. It's the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. Where the F is Lando and Bespin Han? What are we doing here, guys? Why are we drinking our feet with this shit? Rob Swallow, Hot Toys is just lazy. And I couldn't have said it better myself. Get some real characters out there, please. I mean, it can't be just somebody that I just want. Baz, last time I checked, Han Solo was a popular character. I don't know.
Not with Harrison Ford though.
He's the only one. He's actually the only one that doesn't like Han Solo.
He's the biggest Han Solo hater ever.
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. So, whatever. Look, if you need a Vader in your collection, that shit's out, and it was been just recently released. We pretty much took a look at everything else that was worth looking at, with the exception of what's coming soon. So I'm going back to that real quick. This is the now shipping part. What's new? No, we want to see where the hell's the coming soon. Did I just get past that? Where the hell is it? What's new? Here we go. Wrong page. Oh, geez. How's everybody?
I still have like $40 credit with fucking Sideshow that I haven't used.
Click the link and use it, you son of a bitch. You know the thing to click. Is this the... No, not latest releases. Where? Oh, here it is. Coming soon.
What the fuck is that Spider-Man?
That's Spirit Spider-Man suit, because every company now has to do every version of the characters from the video game, so they can milk the crap out of this like it's Iron Man outfit. So there you go.
Spider-Man, Ghost Rider,
Spirit Spider-Man, whatever.
It's Ghost Riders fused with Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
I don't care if it doesn't have a different origin than from Ghost Rider or something, but it's Ghost Rider posing as Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
They just showed this off, Baz. Remember that Superman, that Wonder Woman bust we've been looking at? Here's the third one in the trilogy of those busts, and this thing is pretty massive. This here's the Batman. I wish the premium format figure looked like this. This is sculpted by a guy named Daniel Bell, I believe. And he's got like the one arm. Remember how the Superman was posed with his hands on his hip, but one arm was missing because it was in like part size. Same thing here. There's no arm on this side here, but he's got the Batarang coming out of the back there.
I'm going to have to go, guys. But yeah, thanks for having me on your show now. And
yeah, that's what I wanted to. That's what I was saying, man. Give your sign off. You know what I'm saying? Scumdog, right? Coming soon. It was good for you to join us.
I'm Christopher Williams, creator of the Scumdogs. When my comic book when my comic book Scumdogs is on Indiegogo, be sure to go out and buy a copy. You'll enjoy it. It'll be a rocking, crazy, mad adventure. So go and buy Scumdogs when it's out on Indiegogo. I'm Chris Williams, and I'll see you all again tomorrow, or on my live stream in a few minutes. See you later.
Take care, man. Thanks for joining us.
Great having you, Chris. Take care, man.
All right. Bye.
So, all right. So, what do you think, Baz? What do you think of the head sculpt on this?
So, what? Both the Superman didn't have an arm. He doesn't have an arm. So the
remember you don't remember the
handicapped hero line or something?
No, you don't remember the Superman bust that was like, it was really nice looking, but it was like just one arm, kind of like on the hip, and like the other arm was missing because it's like a half scale bust thing or whatever. And the Wonder Woman that had Wonder Woman had both of her arms. So I'm gonna call
female privilege
on this.
I'm gonna call female
privilege on this. But I think he looks great. I think he does look good. Like
I like the expression. The
cowl's nice. The ears aren't too big. They're not too short. And he's big. It's a big bust. It's big and busty. So
that's cool. That's cool. I dig it.
I
dig it, man.
And this is coming soon too. Here's their other big reveal this past week was the Darth Maul.
PJ's like, I'm gonna buy it as soon as it appears.
Instant pre-order.
Instant pre-order, PJ.
Instant Paradox nerd at the instant pre-order.
Every time I see something Star Wars related, like that's a statue, I see after I look at the picture, I see PJ underneath. Boy,
right. You have more experience kind of with the Darth Maul lore than I do. Is it
much?
I mean, is it not cheap that they brought him back and now he's got robotic legs and they keep bringing him back? He's died twice, and you go, like, I don't know, man. It just seems
we were like kind of like, we were like, I remember when they did kill him off, and we were like, oh, why'd they kill off one of the best new characters and shit?
Yeah,
but like I kind of, I was like, I kind of wanted them to like stick with it because that was kind of like a fucking definitive kind of death. I mean, you chop somebody in half, they fall thousands of feet to what looks like their death. Shit. I mean, bringing them back, like it's kind of cheap because it's like, he was able to survive with having his fucking being fucking sawed in half or something. Cut in half. It doesn't. It's like they had to make up a special reason to bring him back, kind of like with the Emperor or whatever. But this was even worse. Who found him? Like, who put him together onto metal
think, his
legs?
Brother found him or something.
Okay.
I'm sure in the Clone Wars they say it's great, it's amazing how they explain it off or whatever. I keep hearing that, but
It just seems with Star Wars, they always kill off characters and then like they regret it, and then they make up some fucking reason to bring them back. Same thing with Boba Fett. You know? Boba Fett. Oh, he crawled out of the fucking Sarlacc pit. Okay, all right. They do that with everybody, with him too. I kind of, to me, he should have stayed fucking dead. The spider legs thing is fucking stupid. It's fucking dumb. It's like stick with it. You killed them off. Stick with it.
They move on. I know he does have a great design though, a great look. What do you got for me as far as pop culture news, man? I'm tired of looking at toys and shit.
Oh, what the fuck do I got? All right.
We got the Mandalorian's gonna have Boba Fett in season 2.
Hold on, no. I kind of listen. We're gonna have to break out the chain if he doesn't stop. And there's gonna be no dinner. He's gonna go to bed hungry.
Good.
Because now he's throwing me off. All right. Anyway. No, I kind of wanted to look at a statue.
You did? All right. So let's screen share. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Screen share. Hold on. All right. Here we go.
Screen.
Yes, it's on film.
What?
And how dare you accuse the best bounty hunter in Star Wars history? He used his impulse grenade to blow right out of the Sarlacc, or
just share the goddamn thing.
I'm gonna need a drink after this.
Oh, that's expensive, Baz.
Femshep.
Oh, and I love Femshep, bro. Yeah, they could have did something a little bit better with the pose. She does look good though.
Not bad.
1/4
scale.
Yeah, it's big. It's gonna be it's a tall statue, man. But for $400, is EA really banging guys over the head that much for their licenses that she's more than a friggin'?
It friggin' sucks because Mass Effect is one of mine, also your favorite fucking franchises, and the merchandise they come out with is few and far between, and it's very expensive.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I would have loved like a statue. I thought that this would have been awesome, like a 4th scale statue of a Reaper landing with like a small, like this big, like shepherd kind of facing off with it, like staring up at it as it's like descending. I always thought that would have been pretty cool. Like towards the end of the game when you make the final run.
I saw this too. I was looking the other day at some of the shit. They have replicas of some of the
weapons,
the guns. Yeah. Remember this one?
Cool. Of course, bro. The Geth gun. That's awesome.
That was one of the best ones. The pulse rifle. I loved using that. The Scorpion. Remember the Scorpion?
You got to see how much this stuff is on the aftermarket. After the Play Arts Kai did exactly. The Play Arts Kai did the multi-posable 10-inch Mass Effect figures. They had a couple of waves come out. Some of those figures now are like almost $1,000.
Unbelievable.
It's
Look
ridiculous.
At this pre-order sold out Rex.
Yeah,
almost $600.
That's got to be massive though, dude. Like insanely big. His Rex is huge.
Let's see, 23 inches.
Kyle? 23. Well, that ain't that. That's about normal. Yeah, it's about 4th scale normal. But I'm sure he's got to be thick as hell, man. Look at that hump. What hump? Yeah, man.
Like when you used to like be able to like control the other characters and stuff, and then like I used to love just like setting like Rex on Berserk and just watching him tear through friggin'
everybody, right?
Enemies. Yeah,
that's awesome. Who was your team? Obviously, you had Male Shepherd. I had Fem Shep. Who was your two go-tos?
My first playthrough, I was Male Shep, and I actually lost Rex. On my playthrough, I had to kill him. Yeah.
Heartbreaking, right?
Yeah.
For those of you who aren't familiar with this, go back and try to play this game. It's one of the best, most epic anythings. Fuck video games. This is like, they couldn't do this in Hollywood. This is like, it's too epic even for that. So who are your 2 go-to characters? What was your team?
What, from the first?
No, from whatever. Like, did you ever have like a team that you always kind of stuck through? Like maybe you used other characters, but you always kind of went back to your core 2 guys you would bring with you?
Not really. No, I used to mix and match like crazy. I would use. I loved Krogans, so maybe a Krogan and a Tech. You know,
Right. For me, it was always Garrus and Liara. I switched in and out too, depending on like the ship, but depending on the mission. But like I would always like to use different characters for different things. But every time I did any major plot point, it had to be me, Garrus, and Liara. Garrus and Liara are like some of my two favorite sci-fi characters of all time. Like, you know, nobody beats Archangel, bro. He's awesome. That fucking reveal in Mass Effect 2 was great.
That was one of the best reveals in anything, any form of media of all time. And I had no clue. I had no fucking clue.
No one did.
Yeah.
You're going to stop this guy that's taking out people, and you winds up, you know, pulling the mask off, and it's Garrus.
It's your boy. It's your fucking boy. Oh man, that was dude. Yeah, play Mass Effect, guys. It's life changing.
Yeah, and it's so deep too, right? You could just sit and read. I remember spending hours just reading the codex, just reading the codex, just reading.
I don't even have that much time to do that. Like, what the fuck?
Well, it would be like, you're going back like how many years now? I mean, the third game came out in 2012, so I'm going back to like 2004, 2005. I'm like just out of college, hanging out at you know, my wife's house before we got married, and she's sleeping in the other room, and I'm up until like 4 a.m. with nothing better to do but to read the Mass Effect Codex, you know? I got no kids. I got no responsibility at that time, you know? But started dipping into older comic book storylines. I'm getting into Alpha Flight. Just got #1. I'm Canadian. I really don't know a bunch about them. Your guys' thoughts. Do you care about them much? What do you think, Baz? What do you think of... what do you think about Alpha Flight?
John Byrne's Alpha Flight, yeah, definitely.
You know, they're all right. They're pretty cool. I think
cool
like
too.
I thought they were cool just as like an appearance team. Like, oh shit, Alpha Flight's in this issue. You know, like to me,
I
that's
love
like,
Puck. Puck is one of the coolest characters. You didn't like Puck?
Yeah, he was cool. I always liked Vindicator's outfit as a kid. I always thought it kind of looked cool. You know, I liked it when he showed up on the X-Men cartoon. I thought he was pretty dope. You know, whatever. They're like pretty good, but again, anything John Byrne, you really can't go wrong with. Kyle, Garrus, Liara, FTW. FTW is what? Fuck the world.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
You could build that whole team in with the Marvel Legends now too. The Alpha Flight and action figures.
Cool.
Yeah. Like there's a Sasquatch Build-A-Figure, and then there's what you call it. They're selling the Vindicators. It just recently came out. And I think there's a box set that fills out the rest of the team.
Oh, it's dope.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Kyle, screen share.
Kyle goes, for the win, I thought, LOL. Yeah, I guess if you're from the Bronx, it's fuck the world. If you're from anywhere else in the world, it's for the win.
Yeah, that's true.
Briscoe says his team was Femship, Zaid, and Jack in Mass Effect 2. That's not a bad team either. Jack was awesome. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, bro. Oh.
Right?
Oh, God. This statue is so fucking expensive right now on the aftermarket, bro. You have no idea. You cannot find this thing. I would totally want this, and I would want a Normandy.
Let me see. I'm going to eBay now. Let's see. What?
I know you can get the... You're on eBay?
$3,000.
$3,000 for this. $3,000. Sovereign Reaper statue. Unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. The you could still get the Normandy, but I think it's kind of like a little flimsy plastic thing. If I'm going to invest in the Normandy, it's got to be like, you know, polystone, you know, it could be this big, you know, a small one. I would totally love that. Oh, Lago's with us. What's up, guys? How are you? Baz just bought the Alpha Flight box set and the Sasquatch Build-A-Figure and Guardian. Well, then here you go. He's all set to go.
Oh, he's all set. There you
go. Femship was the way to go in Mass Effect, if only for the actress's acting chops. Her voiceover was circles around the guy. I tried to do the male playthrough, and they must have got like the best. I forget her name. Jennifer Hale. Her fucking voice, bro. Oh my God. It's like sexy female warrior to the nth degree. Totally. So she was the one. There you go, Jennifer Hale. Yeah, she was so fucking good in that game, man. She's also the voice of Ash from Overwatch. Oh, Grayson would know that. If I told him like, oh, Ash from Overwatch is Shepard from Mass Effect, he'd be like, what, really? Because he's an Overwatch guy. But anyways, yeah, man, you just brought back all the whatchamacallits.
I would love to do a playthrough, but
you can't. I saw a rumor on Twitter. And for those of you guys that want to follow me on Twitter at Red Cup Review, I'm a little bit more spicier on there than I am usually. So if you want to see me rip into like, not that I go out of my way to rip into people, but I'm a little bit more, just a little bit more of an edge on Twitter for my Twitter personality for the Red Cup page. But I saw Baz someone saying that they were going to be releasing, or they're really close to announcing for the next generation consoles, when they rehash the game and bring it out again, like they're going to take the trilogy, upgrade to high definition graphics, and put it back out. Mm-hmm. So they may do that. If they do that, that would be great, because I can't play the trilogy anymore. I can't play it anymore, so I'd have to hope that they reissue it. That's like they really need to do that, and they really need to just do a Mass Effect 4 and get rid of this Andromeda bullshit, because Andromeda sucked balls. And oh man, every couple of years, I would say every 3 years, I go back and I check the Reddit message boards for the indoctrination theory. And I go right back into that world, and I watch the videos on YouTube again. And there's a lot of backlash for that too. A lot of people hate that theory now, apparently. And I just always thought that was the best way to interpret the ending of Mass Effect 3. For those of you that don't know, that have played the game, definitely go check out Indoctrination Theory. It's an hour and 10 minute walkthrough on YouTube of Mass Effect, like what really happened at the end, and it's unbelievably well done. So that's what I'm going with for my headcanon.
Really?
FTW, fuck the world. Yeah, I love Indoctrination Theory, man. I just think it works. I think it works for a way to, like, because you're indoctrinated. You're the player. Like, you get indoctrinated almost playing the game. And
it just fits because you see that little boy at the beginning of Mass Effect 3 that's not really there. Right.
And then you see him in the tunnel, and he's not really there. And then you see him in the dreams with the swirly shit around, and the Reaper talking to you in your dreams.
Yeah, so he's already like having like dreams and hallucinations.
Exactly. So I don't give a FTW. Fuck the world. That's what I'm going with. Kyle, you don't know about Indoctrination Theory, Kyle? Oh man, the ending never sat well with me. Oh boy. Yo, go look up Indoctrination Theory, bro. It's gonna blow your mind, bro. It's a really good documentary.
All right, Kyle says Jennifer Hale was also the voice of Chronica in MK11, and Mortal Kombat 11 just released a trailer for their new DLC, which is called Aftermath, which is a story DLC. A continuation of the ending.
That's cool.
So you're gonna get more story and new characters.
I wanted to beat the game. We're right at the end of the game too, and Grayson kind of like did your typical at the time 8-year-old. Yeah, I'm done with this. Let's play something else. It's like we're right at the end. What are you talking about?
Kyle, you have Spawn, right? You have Spawn's a playable.
Yeah, I know he's
character now. Joker.
Yeah, he goes. I could retire right now if I had that shit still. Yeah, that Play Arts Kai. Any of them are just the $signs, bro. Briscoe, I got Jennifer Hale's autograph on my Mass Effect 3 box set at a convention a few years ago, and she was one of the nicest people to ever meet. Oh, man, that's awesome. That is freaking awesome. Robocop is now playable in Mortal Kombat 11. That's pretty cool. Yeah, no, I haven't looked back. I haven't even beaten Injustice 2. I'm going to have to just stop playing games when this kid's not around so I can actually get through.
You didn't beat Injustice 2? Wow.
No, I know. So I can't wait for them to reissue this Mass Effect thing. I really hope they do. And it's just, I just like going back into that world, and I hate the fact that I can't go back into that world now because there's just no way for me to do it. What am I going to do? Hook back up my Xbox 360, pull all the wires out of my wall, rewire shit, and plug that shit in so I could hope that the fucking system could still update and play the games and shit. Come on.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to hook it all up.
I still have the games. They just got to get backwards compatible. These new fucking systems, man, nothing's backwards compatible. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, fucking cheap bastards, this one.
Or at least release them digitally so I could like buy it digitally. Again, I have no problem buying something that I enjoyed them. Look, if you're going to play something for like 30 hours a game, there's no reason why I wouldn't want to, I'll give them another couple of bucks for it, to be able to go back into that world periodically. They really need to re-up, though, the gameplay of the first game. The first game's storyline is so awesome, but the playability, when you got to sit in the Mako for like hours and driving around, they got to streamline that shit the way they did in the third game, or the second game even.
The second game, they upgraded the controls. Yeah. Even just the way the character moved and the shooting and all that shit. There's a learning curve in that. It's kind of tough. But it's way more smoother in the second game. But the story was so good in the first that you didn't give a shit.
Yeah, you know the storyline in the first game was so fucking good. Oh my god! Talk about it. It's the perfect choose your own adventure. Like, you literally choose what your character says, how they react to situations. You could be a paragon, so you can be like a paladin version of your character, or you can be like more of like an ass kicker kind of. Leave the bubble gum at home. Your problems would be solved if you played Mass Effect on PC. Wink. Hate you. Kyle, peanut gallery bullshit. Looks like I'm gonna have to buy a PC now, right? Thanks. So the game just went from costing me whatever DLC thing that I would pay for, with what that just doesn't exist actually. So you can't get it anyway. To, I don't know, a couple of maybe $1,000 or so to buy a new PC. That's fine. Yeah. But what's this guy's name again? I don't know. He's a friend of ours from California. He works in action figure building. His name begins with a K or something. I don't know. Whatever his name is. That's his
Keith.
name. Keith. I think his name's Keith. Anyways, that's it, Bad.
Khan!
Yeah, that's exactly right now. His name's Khan. I got nothing else for you, Baz. I'm zapped, bro.
That's it, bro. That's all we got, man. Let's get back to friggin' quarantine.
Exactly. I've shot it. And I'm friggin' done, man. So after this, I'm gonna probably go and order a bunch of fucking Iron Studios things. I'm gonna wind up doing an unboxing, right? And it's gonna be like, hey, here's a bunch of shit that was released 5 years ago that I just got into, and it'll get like 3 or 4 fucking views. Anyways, guys.
Oh, hold on, real quick. Next week, I think Tuesday. Whatever. What's the 11th? Whatever the 11th is next week. Stargirl. Oh, Monday. Okay. Yeah. Stargirl will be premiering. Awesome. I think first on the the DC app, and then the next day she'll be on CW. And it's supposed to, it had really good rave reviews, and Stargirl's basically JSA.
I gotta hope to see it before next week's show so we could talk about it. So that would be a fun thing. Nobody's fucking answered in the chats what I said, what the hell you guys were buying. I guess nobody's buying anything. Everybody's kind of hunkering down, which is fine too. That's
Trump
cool.
bucks are running out. I was going to say, and also I'm hearing that Chris Helmsworth Netflix movie is really good. Extraction.
Oh, Extraction. Yeah, I heard they already greenlit him for another another one. What's his face was actually talking about that, saying it was good. Ben Shapiro actually shouted that out on his show. He was like, it actually goes for a good classic, like a movie that's kind of like Man on Fire, like a good 90s action, straight up balls to the wall, crazy shit. The guy gets shot and the next day he's fine, but you're okay with it because he just kicks everyone's ass. He's like, it's good. He's like, so you'll enjoy that if you like old school action movies.
Oh, the Russo. Hold on, the Russo brothers are directed it, so it's basically a Marvel movie.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Shit. All right, now I have to see it. But Kyle's birthday is in 2 weeks. He says he can't buy shit because it's the law. I guess that's the law. Those laws, I still have to adhere to them kind of around Christmas time. Kind of. I try not to.
What do you mean it's so low? They're going to arrest you like they did that fucking stormtrooper?
His family's going to arrest him. No, it's like, when you have a girlfriend, she's like, don't buy nothing because I kind of know what you want. So, don't fuck me over. Let me get you something that I know you're going to enjoy because I kind of know what you want type deal. If I had to guess, I'm sure that's what would be.
Nah, we know what we fucking want.
Yeah. So, all right, everybody, take care. Mother's Day's on Sunday. Go, make get some crayons and a folded piece of paper and make a card for your mom or your grandma or your aunt or your wife if you have one and you happen to have kids. That would be pretty cool too. Oh shit, he's turning 30.
Wow.
Khan's turning 30. What's his face is turning 30.
Damn.
It's a big birthday.
I don't remember turning 30.
I do. We went to the remember we went to the steakhouse for my 30th, and you ordered all the mashed potatoes.
Oh, that was your 30th?
That was we were funny because we were talking about that last week with what's his face, Dan Fraga.
Dan Fraga,
yeah. Steakhouses, the Brazilian steakhouses.
And I made the biggest mistake by eating the carbs.
All the mashed
first.
potatoes.
Yeah. I went to a steakhouse and ate mashed potatoes. Yeah,
I was like, you have 99 cents worth of box mashed potatoes on your plate. What are you doing?
I think I got you the Black Adam trade paperback for your birthday or something. You had no clue that any of us were going to be there, right? It was like a surprise birthday.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, Matt is here. Oh my god, like I was telling Laura, like, oh shit, like because we were going there for dinner, and I was like, yo, what the hell's Baz doing here? And I was like, oh my god,
like,
wait a second. Lino's here too? What the fuck is going on? And I was just so stupid. I just didn't even get it.
Like, oh shit, Baz is here. We gotta fucking leave before he sees us.
And she's
That's
like,
like
no,
when
man.
your girlfriend Chris fucking saw me at what's that place? What's that burger place? Bear Burger.
Oh
and he
yeah.
saw me. Oh, it looks packed in there. All right, see you later. Yeah, it's a little wait, maybe 10 minutes. She's like, no, forget it. Goodbye. I was like, yeah, fuck you too. I don't like you either, motherfucker.
So no
that,
steakhouse
Chris?
for Keith
Suck
this
that
year.
dick.
No steakhouse for Keith this year.
Fuck you, Chris.
Who the
Hey,
hell's
watch it.
Chris?
Your boy, Chris.
Oh God, stop it. All right. So, anyways. All right, that's it, guys. Go and hang out. Go draw a picture for someone's mother. Just go find someone else's mother. Draw them a picture. Baz, take care. I'll talk to you.
Go fuck a mother. Go fuck a
Oh
mother.
God, here it goes. We're out of here. See you later, guys.
How do you turn this thing off?
It's not working.